Hey there guys, Marika Gardner here, coming to you live from Montreal. Hopping on, it is day 8 of the 14-day challenge, going strong here. And tonight we're going to be talking about affirmations, okay? So affirmations are something that can be super, super powerful. Hey Earl, thanks for hopping on. Super powerful when implemented and implemented consistently. And there's something that I've actually really struggled with doing. So I wanted to hop on and share this little hack that I learned recently because it's been a total game changer for me. Hey Nilam, hey Parissa. Thanks so much for joining, guys. So we're gonna talk about what is an affirmation and who do they work for? Like what is the purpose of it and who's going to use it and who is it going to be really effective for? And then I'm gonna talk about who it might not be effective for, and that's where the hack is going to come in, and just to like help you figure out what you could change a little bit. Hey Arjuman, and make the practice more effective for you. Thanks for hopping on, Cynthia. Okay, and then actually at the end I have something that I'm going to offer like as a giveaway. So stay tuned to the end, and I'll tell you what that is. So let's jump right in here. So an affirmation is basically, it's like a positive statement that you're going to make to yourself about something. If anyone who's listening does affirmations, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like, what is the kind of thing that you might say to yourself? You know, and this can be business related, this can be personal related, you know, it can be really about whatever. And it's about reprogramming your mind and reprogramming your subconscious. So maybe, you know, in terms of business, you're telling yourself, you know, I have a thriving organization. I have, you know, hundreds of people reaching out to me every day. I have a team of incredible individuals. I am very self-confident. You know, anything that you are working towards being, that would be your affirmation. And this is something that you would want to have in front of you. You might put it on like cue cards. You can write it down. You can put it on your phone and you can look at it. You know, you might want to look at it 5 times a day. You want to read it out loud. You want to be constantly putting these positive, you know, thoughts in front of you, right? But here's the thing. They aren't going to work for everybody. And it has nothing to do with consistency. It's just that there's a certain subset of people, and I would say this is probably a very big subset of people, who they're not going to work well for. Who is that? It's the people who lack self-confidence. Okay? So like I said, it's probably a big group. So someone who lacks self-confidence, who tells themselves, like, I'm a top earner in my company, in their mind, when they are saying that, they're like, no, you're not. Yeah, well, look at you. You're really not, right? Like, we are our own worst critic. And so here you are, you're trying to reprogram your mind, and then you're fighting it. Okay, because you're fighting the statement because you've made a positive statement that you don't believe is true. So you're not going to get there. So this is something that my mentor Ray Higdon shared, that he read in Noah St. John's book, The Secret Code to Success. And I've listened to the book, and the book is phenomenal. Okay, totally phenomenal. And he talked about flipping the exercise a little bit. So rather than making a statement like, you know, I'm attracting amazing leaders into my team, which you might doubt because you have self-doubt, you ask a question. Okay, so simple. You ask a question. You say, why am I attracting amazing leaders into my team? And then, because this is how our brains work, your brain is going to get to work and is going to start to try to figure out, well, yeah, why are you attracting amazing people into your team? Okay? Why are you so self-confident? Why am I going to get, you know, that next pay raise that I'm working so hard for? Whatever it is, ask the question. And especially if you're someone who lacks self-confidence, you don't want to be just telling yourself, I am this, I am that. You won't believe it necessarily. So you want to frame all of those in the form of questions. And then instead of your brain kind of coming up with like, no, you're not, and putting you down, because that's what our brains do, instead your brain is getting to work trying to find reasons for why that's going to be true and why that's going to happen. So you go into problem solving mode to figure out how you're actually going to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish, which is, you know, it's really the point. So I thought that was super, super helpful. And for me, that's been a total game changer. So very quickly, affirmation, positive statement, not always going to be helpful for someone who doesn't have a lot of self-confidence. So instead, you want to take that affirmation, you want to turn it into a question and ask yourself why you're accomplishing that. So that came straight out of Noah St. John's book, The Secret Code of Success. And I actually, this is what I mentioned at the start that I wanted to share with you all, I actually took the time to put together an extensive reading list of all the books that have really helped me over the last 5 years to go from kind of zero self-confidence, no business skills whatsoever, to today. And obviously there's a ton of room for growth moving forward. I'll have to do like a next 5-year reading list. But that's something that I think would have been super helpful for me when I had been starting out in network marketing. So if you are starting out, or even if you're kind of along your journey a few years in and you think that it would be helpful for you to have a reading list that's separated into, business development, networking development, self-confidence development, like really separated into things you need to work on to grow a thriving business, then send me a message and I will get you that reading list.